Hey y'all, happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a great day. And hopefully, those of you in the US had a good 4th of July, and everybody else just had a great Thursday yesterday. We are going to get into this and do some reviews, get back on track. I will not see you guys. Well, I might pop in over the weekend just doing some fun stuff, but otherwise, I will not be here. So. All right, y'all, we're going to get into this and get back on track. Yeah, Chris, I saw some of that stuff going on over there, and I have no interest. There is a lot of fuckery going on a lot of sides, and I want nothing to do with it. Period, point blank, end of story. So I am doing what I do best, and that is doing my thing. I knew Jules, there was questionable things. I tried warning her. It is what it is at this point. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Dr. Vance. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Hey, Crimson Moon, Amethyst, One Way Street, Thor, Arctic, Sparrow, Penny, or Cash. Cash and his warnings. I don't know how people say the things that they do. I don't even care if you're under an alt. It's like, what in the hell? Sorry, I'm reading your guys' comments right quick. Well, you guys are all just chatting away. Look at you guys go. Hey, Chopper. You guys are chatting it up. I love it. Do. Hey, Janice. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Vanessa, the deflectionist. C, Roberta, Kathy, Kelly B, Place to Be, Peanut Shell, Mal, Toe Beans. You're already annoyed, Toe Beans? Yeah, I popped in for a minute and was like, nope, not for me, not today. I know when I'm on the verge of snapping at a bunch of people. So, hey, Arctic, again. Even though you're saying hi to Mal, I figured I'd say hi again. Hey, Muffin Mouse, hey, TK. Revival, Kimberly, let's be honest. Penny for your thoughts. Sheila, just be careful, people. There's some real shady stuff going on. Hey, Chico. Tattooing, Kimberly, I need you to be close to me. I need my tattoos done. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, right, Ryan? It does. Hey, Jonathan. All right, you guys, we got a lot to get through, so we're just gonna do our thing like we normally do. I'm not. There's the intentional drama and misinformation and chaos. Pay attention, people, is all I gotta say. Remember the reason for the whiteboard? Seth's team. Go back to the calendar. Look at the calendar. Take a better look. See what's all color-coded and the same. And then tell me what you see. And then tell me what you come up with. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of intentional movements by people right now that are doing crazy things, and it's going to get worse. Yep, Nicole, absolutely. So we are going to go back to watching the videos to try and figure out what was actually said, why it was said, that stuff. So there's faces popping out again too. Oh gosh. I tell you what, today is just one of those days. So we're going to start here today. Yeah, I can't with the whole playing games over a missing child. One Shot, thank you so much for the gifted memberships, y'all. Welcome to the cabana. Please thank One Shot in the comments if you got gifted a membership. Thank you so much for that. That was really sweet. That was really sweet. We're going to start here today. We are going to get to the into the Pascal one, but I want to show you guys this because this lady has been just doing the most. And she is the one who the audio, she made the big to do about the fake audio under the Ring camera and all of that stuff. Mal, that's the funny thing is I don't think my opinion has ever been what some of you guys assume it is. That's the funny thing is people always like, that's the biggest thing. People do not watch my movements. They don't listen to me. Like, girl, I bet if you asked me some of the questions you had in private, you would probably be blown away at the answers that you would get. There's a reason I stay to myself. Like I stay to myself. I stay in my little hide hole. I do my thing. I talk to a few people. That's it. Like I just do. And we all knew she was a liar from, yeah. She could have saved. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not One Shot. No, I'm not. Trust and believe I'm not. Hey, Laura. It's just a lot. Emailing now. Ask me. If you guys have questions, I will try to answer them. Tracy, thank you for being a member. There's a lot of things that people don't see that I remain silent on. This was the same thing that happened in the Marvon story. There was so much chaos in that story by people on all sides. And I ignored it all, kept my head down, did my thing. Other people entertain all of that stuff. But I don't, yeah, there's a lot. I'm just saying, just please be careful what you're hearing, what you're believing. Y'all, this is a missing child. The child is still missing. Like, I can't understand the intentional chaos. And, it's so disheartening. But let's listen to this. You guys are I'm going to get you all riled up before we get into this other one. Okay. We're going to speed this up too. Because all right. This falls under fair use. This is from Motive Means and Opportunity. She is one of the psychic mediums that, again, she is the source of the audio that appeared on the Ring door camera when the Ring door camera footage didn't even have any audio. You know, that woman, this is her.
And mentioned in Jay's video, you will see this as a premiere Wednesday, even though I'm doing it Tuesday night. I couldn't let it go. So I want to know, what does Spirit want to...
So she's going to do a tarot card reading. That's what she does. I guess I have to speak slower.
Tell us. What do I want to know? Okay, I know what I want to know. I want to know what's being said in that audio video, Spirit. I want you to give us a little bit about what's being said. King of Swords, something dishonest. Something dishonest. Some king can be a male energy, sharp tongue, arguing. Sharp tongue, arguing.
Pay attention to, okay, so when they pull cards, from my understanding from the person that I know that does tarot card readings, but won't do them with missing or anything like that, they actually pull the cards, and the cards can have different meanings per situation. So she's going to read the cards and direct it in a certain narrative. And that's, I guess, the whole intent behind it.
Arguing. I got to get something to drink.
Just wait.
I got to pause this to get something to drink. I forgot. So what?
That wasn't me. She paused.
I want to see if I could
Hey, Roro.
change the size of this for everybody.
Yeah, they are.
Just do that for you.
I can do it. You guys.
There's more space for the cards.
Whispers in the Shadow. Wendy.
Let me get this straightened up here, folks.
Wendy, I reposted Amethyst posts of that yesterday. I want to pause and highlight that. So a 17-year-old that has been missing from Michigan was spotted on a live stream in Miami, Florida. They are trying to track him down, but the brother actually was able to point out and say, hey, that's my missing family member. So they are, if you are in the Florida area, especially Miami area, please keep your eyes out. I did share that information. There's a Twitter link with the video and what he looks like currently, everything on that post from yesterday too.
There.
Thank you, Wendy.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Should have done this before, eh? I wasn't planning on coming back. Sorry.
He has
Okay.
been found?
I think.
No shit. He's been found already, Am? Okay, that's incredible. He's been missing for months. He has been found. Okay, sorry, guys. We're off on it. We're all like, you updated the post? I didn't even look today. Am? Let me look right now. Sorry. Hold on. That's exciting news. That's like one of the most exciting. That is one of the most exciting. This is amazing. Okay. My heart's happy. All right. Yay. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys.
That's better. Okay, King of Swords is dishonest. Dishonest conversation. Unclear conversation. Seven of Pentacles sideways.
Watch how this happens.
Seven of Pentacles sideways.
That's amazing.
What's being talked about on this? The world upside down. Something about worlds about travel.
No, let's go.
Worlds of plans.
We're not talking about Sebastian being found. We're talking about Troy. He was missing from Michigan. He's been found.
Sideways. A conversation. Conversations, because swords are conversations.
Yes.
Plans and conversations. Pentacles are plans and conversations.
Listen
around with Katie. I'm just totally going to confirm this. This is plans and conversations around a woman. The world's traveling. The woman's in the middle of this card. Traveling. Give me more confirmation. So I'm going to pull other cards to confirm. What's in the audio clips, Spirit?
what's in the audio clip. The audio clip that doesn't exist.
The devil. The devil's in the audio clip. Five of Cups.
Well, the devil would be in the audio clip because the original clip of the lights didn't have audio. So yeah, I guess it would take a devilish soul to fabricate some audio and add it to it.
Somebody's passed out. Sebastian. Walking away. Five of Cups is feeling abandoned and walking away. And the Wheel of Fortune upside down. Karma. This card has come up over and over again. Injustice. Karmic wheel.
This is gross.
Devil.
Yeah, lady, I think you are trying to.
Conversations around Katie. Something to do with Sebastian. Traveling, taking him somewhere. The devil. I don't know who the devil is. Who's the devil? The devil.
Yeah.
Two of Wands. It's a woman. Two people are the devil. Two people, but mainly a woman. Conversation about what Katie did to Sebastian. I'm going to get clarified.
What Katie did to Sebastian, again, just pushing a narrative.
First, I'm just what was said in the audio. What's going on in the audio clip? Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, counterparts. King and Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is the sharpest,
You're okay, Cash.
cruelest, coldest, not unemotional female energy in the deck. And as is the King, but she's sharp tongued. It's a sharp conversation. It's a deceptive, harsh conversation around Five of Cups. I'm picking that up as Sebastian, assuming what Katie did to Sebastian, because Pentacles are energy, actions, things done. What Katie did to Sebastian, I'm just letting them the way they're flipping. I don't know. That's been going on today. It went on in Jay Slater's. I've never done this before, so I'm just going with where I'm being guided. I'm just letting Spirit guide me here.
Spirits are guiding her.
And that's the traveling card.
Yeah.
Conversations around what Katie did to Sebastian and how
Exactly.
They're going to move his body, maybe. I don't know. That's a stretch. Three of Wands is about making plans, an idea, a conversation around two people. The Devil's two people have an idea of making plans.
Trigger warning, what she's about to come up with is really gross.
Karmic, when they decided, that's what this is. When they decided to make a plan and hide the truth is when the karmic wheel turned. Interesting. Let's get some more here. These ones turned over too.
Disgusting.
The Star, the Six of Wands. I'm going to put these back. I don't know. They'll come back out if they need to because it was just too many. That was like the sloppy part of the shuffle. The Empress in reverse. Katie is not an Empress.
You know how her camera pauses and then all of a sudden you don't see and then you see? That's not me. That's something on her side.
Operate is mothering, loving, mothering energy. Look at this woman healing the bobo on this little boy's knee. This is in reverse. She was not a loving mother. She was not a loving mother.
She was not a
She was not a loving mother. Ace of Swords. Clear thinking, was not rational. She reacted without clear thought. So
and think of all the narratives we've heard push.
This is what's going on in the audio. They're talking about what happened. Four of Wands, the family just unraveled that night. Four of Wands is family celebration. She's Magician. That in reverse is the jokester, the manipulator, the master liar, the planner, the schemer.
I think it meant you are a master manipulator.
She got really clear on her plan to unravel the family that night, or she accidentally did that, but this is what's going on in this audio according to Spirit. This is what I'm picking up.
According to Spirit, right? Okay.
Ten of Swords is backstab, betrayal. I always read that as a death card, as a potential death card, just like the Four of Swords and the death card can also be. To me, is like a stab in the back. And literally in the traditional, it's not the traditional definition, but that's how I always read this card. Because it's shown on the Rider-Waite as stab, little swords in someone's back. And that's just the energy I always take from it. Five of Wands is a deceptive plan, a conversation, a plan of action. There's three people. Note, there's three people in this card. Three people were having there's four because there's a little boy. Oh my God. Look at the finger pointing of the mom to the little boy and two older men. Because I swear to God in that audio that there's, at the end of it, it sounds like there's fighting going on with Sebastian. I don't know. Allegedly. All allegedly.
You notice everything she's saying has been stuff that's been talked about and theories that have been put out. And now she's here putting all those things and saying that the spirits are guiding her that direction. No, ma'am. It's the YouTube narrative.
Give me more, Spirit. What else is going on in that audio? And then again, I'm going to ask the pendulum. I'm going to get another deck to confirm.
I'll say it again. Many of you have heard me say this over and over again, but to me, this is the lowest form of exploitation whatsoever. Most people that believe in this type of stuff will not prey on people at their vulnerable time or missing people or anything like that. Anybody that has ethical boundaries would never do this. This is absolutely exploitation at its finest, emotional manipulation, and extremely grimy, in my opinion.
Yeah, Queen of Cups. Yeah, Katie's emotional in there. We can hear her crying.
MMO.
We can hear her crying, allegedly. What's going on in that audio? King of Wands in reverse. That's Chris.
Yeah.
Chris is
Hey, J-Dub.
trying to formulate a plan, but it's a deceptive plan. He's trying to conceal a plan, a conversation, an idea. He's having a hard time getting his plan out. Yeah, legacy, destiny. That's like the happily ever after. That's in reverse. That happily ever after is that karmic, that end, that happily ever after came to an end that night over a bright idea that Chris had that went.
Do you hear what she's blatantly saying? And she's using tarot cards and spirits to get away with making blatant allegations and accusations. She is using spirit. The spirits are telling her.
Went wrong over what Chris had as an idea that went wrong. That's just what I'm picking up, guys. This is what I'm picking up is what's going on in that audio. What's the conversation that's going on in that audio?
There's no audio.
I mean, that seems like too much conversation in that clip.
By the way, this was 2 days ago. She read this Tuesday, posted it yesterday.
What's going on in that conversation? This is the background story, I think. I think the other deck is definitely conversation. Katie decided to enact something that, I don't know, some plan that went wrong, something happened, an accident. The conversation is king and queen energy. There's 3 people making a plan over, she's emotional over what's happened to Sebastian. Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is about Chris's plan. This is Chris's plan. Chris's plan. She's crying. She's crying. This was supposed to be some great idea that went wrong.
Great idea that went wrong.
Star. Yeah, the star. This is destined. The star, and I've said this over and over again, to be a case that's solved. This case is destined to be solved. Sebastian is going to get justice. Get me clarifier on the star. Wouldn't be surprised if the justice card comes out. 7 of Pentacles.
This is enough to make it.
Somebody's watching. Somebody is watching over them. Just saying allegedly. Just saying allegedly.
Look at how happy she is about reading these cards.
Just saying allegedly. Okay. Sun is, this came up earlier for Jay. Okay. The sun isn't really, cannot be in reverse in the sense that it's an upright, it's a yes. It's a yes confirmation validation. When it's in reverse, it just means delayed. There will be justice coming up, but it's in the works. That's what the 7 of Pentacles is about. Someone's watching. They're working a theory. They're working a plan. It's in the grassroots. It's in the underground.
Kind of like law enforcement has been working on the case for months now.
Something is going on in the underground that is not public exposure yet, because that's also exposure and a yes. It's not publicly exposed yet, but something is being worked on in the underground. That's come up before, over and over again. But there will be justice for Sebastian, but that's also a delayed public exposure on the justice. Give me 1 more or 2 more, please. But I wanted to go back to the audio. Spirit's led us into a totally different conversation. Let's go back to the audio, please, Spirit. And that's what I've been doing in the readings recently, is just doing 1 theme per deck. So Spirit's it's like changed the theme, which is not what I wanted. I wanted validation for the other one. Give me validation on the audio, but I guess I'll do that with the pendulum because Spirit's decided. King of Swords, that's also can be justice. A person of justice is looking at and evaluating everything. OMG. Yes, there will be justice for Sebastian. Okay.
There will be justice for Sebastian's family against all you fucking whack jobs who have made blatant false allegations against the family too. Trust and believe.
So I think that's going to be a short reading, but that's the way it's meant to be, I guess. So Spirit, did I read the accuracy of what's going on in that audio, not to the benefit of my ego? Yes or no? Yes. Is my name Bob? Just to validate, is my name?
Notice you can't see her wrist or how she's moving any of her arm up above.
Bob. Is my name Bob? No. Is that what was going on in the audio with this first deck that I pulled? Is what's going on in the audio? Thank you for validation, Spirit. Is my name Bob? Is the second conversation that you guys brought that you wanted us to know for our highest and best good is that to keep hope, which is also the star card, that this is destined to be solved, that there's things going on in the background. That
Crimson, I've thought about reviewing that one, actually. I watched this. J-Dub, thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Cabana, y'all. Crimson Moon, that is on my list of possibles to review. There's so many videos, you guys.
The public is not aware
that are horrible.
That justice will be served for Sebastian. Is that also the theme? Thank you, Spirit. That destiny will be served, justice will be served, and that audio is accurate. Spirit, yes or no? Is my name Bob? Is the audio recording my interpretation of these cards accurate? Yes or no?
How would it be accurate to begin with when there was no audio on the video to begin with? Like, what is she doing here? This is straight up manipulation.
Is my name Bob? No. Is my interpretation of the second stack of cards about justice will be served. We just need to remain hopeful that people are investigating and looking at things from different angles, but it's just a delayed public knowledge. Is that accurate? Yes or no? Not to the benefit of my ego. Is my name Bob? Is that second interpretation of the second pile of cards accurate? Yes or no? Yes, there you have it, folks. I feel like that's it. That's all. Stay tuned for the 5 p.m. live. Bring your questions on Sebastian and Jay Slater.
So that was her video from 2 days ago. Well, yesterday. Or wait, she read it Tuesday night, posted it Wednesday. Sorry, it's Friday. I'm off a day. Yeah, Jada. Yep, I did. This one, I watched some of this one because she is out there and she's, in my opinion, dangerous. She's exploitive. She's a manipulator. She is actually an embarrassment to true, like, people who believe in this stuff. It's not okay. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. I was going to switch tabs, but let me go over here for a moment. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Let's look at her comments right quick. I want to show you guys that because they're nasty. Okay, so the first one, I pray that Seth and Sebastian get justice soon. The second one, thank you for keeping Sebastian's name and face out there, beginning to lose faith that Seth would get justice. Keep the faith, please. I did not say that with every case either, FYI. My pendulum swings, yes, really fast when I asked about CP and KP. Kane, Sebastian. Hey, everybody. It's Deanne from Barcelona. Hey, Deanne. Nice to have you here. Excellent. I kept coming in late today. It's so hot where I live in 104, and I'm trying to cool down. It's all about Sebastian. Love your videos and love what you do. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Spirit says CP and KP, Cade, Sebastian. I'm not keen on tarot cards, but could it be them talking about his location allegedly laying under a tree? Somebody says, I love my pendulum. Then here we go. In my opinion, Katie committed spousal filicide revenge. She never loved Sebastian and only kept him so the father couldn't raise him. Once she was given the ultimatum by Chris, never happened. She planned to get rid of Sebastian on this particular date to also destroy Seth's life. She's not the one holding on to the date. That's Seth, actually. That's Seth's thing that you guys are now paying attention to and trying to twist it. No, the date and the divorce was the date that Seth's life was affected, not Katie's. Katie's life started. She allowed her child to be abused by others, including herself. No, ma'am. Nope, she divorced the abuser of Sebastian, and that was Seth, according to court documents that we've seen. Because of her hatred towards her son and her ex-husband, I hope there will be capital punishment for the horrible crime that has been done to this innocent child. The channel owner here loved that comment. Pre-planned, I do think. Still think the Bower Sox got involved too. MMO says, I agree. Oh, this lady's name is Leanne. This is just disgusting. Could it be a red wagon being pulled? What happened with your findings with the audio you were sending off to get cleaned up? The person we sent it to could not clean it up enough. However, since the FBI in Memphis has my audio, I did not work on it for some time. I just started to clean it up myself again yesterday. This one says, Nick Bear said audio is fake. Nick said the audio didn't come from the flashlight video. Not that the audio is fake. The audio is from another camera source, allegedly. He's lying, MMO says about Nick Barris. Trust me, there is audio. And he then came out saying LE are now asking neighbors again for it. I have it, so I know there is audio. I don't care what he said. He's about to be discredited. This lady is out there, but that's her comments. Yeah, pretty interesting, huh? Okay, so there's that cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And if you come in my comment section talking shit, ma'am, you're just going to get told to go fucking read a card. The card would already told you to avoid my chat. Probably smart. Because you might speak to demons. Anyways, okay, we're going to go into, this is our next interview in the timeline that we are reviewing. This is from April 8th, again, back to Pascal. We're going to start about an hour in because this is where Seth comes on. We are going to do this one, get through this one, point out anything we see that's interesting out of this interview between Seth and Pascal, and then we're going to do a little bit of Betty to finish out the day. Here we go. Again, this is all under fair use.
Seth will be calling into the show in just a minute. All right. So hopefully we can put a few things to rest on this. Hold on. Let me make sure he has the number. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. 1 second.
This is April 8th.
Okay. I just sent it to him, so he has it. So we will get Seth online to give us some updates on everything. Also, I want to make sure, I was trying to grab this, but then he called right when I was trying to get this information. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, I want you to pay attention to how he's going to open this up again. Pay attention to what's said, because this is another thing that people have been saying didn't happen.
Hey, Seth, what's up, man?
How much?
Good. Well, I mean, good and then not great. Do you mind muting the show?
Not this one yet, Thor. This is the next one in our line. We might have talked about pieces of it before in other streams, but in order of the streams that we're going through, we have not done this one.
On the background for a second?
I'll just go to the other room.
Okay, that works too.
I like to see the chat so I can talk to people too.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. And real quick, this is what I was about to do before while you were calling me. So everybody show some love, put some green hearts emojis in the chat, right quick for Seth, for Sebastian and all that. And also I want to say this too. We do have his Cash App. We do have his the GoFundMe as well. Those links are down below in the description box right now as we speak, but I also have it right now in the chat. Okay. So please, appreciate the love, guys.
Yeah, you see that?
Or it might be because I've also used him in this shirt and other thumbnails too, but they all are running together. I agree with you. They all run together. It all feels like one big cluster. Hey, Kathy P, this is from April 8th. April 8th, Pascal's channel.
I know I've been trying to slow it down. It just keeps getting faster and faster. It's been really knucking futs, man. But I'm putting it to the top of the chat. Again, this is his Cash App. He uses it, guys. Okay. So if you want to support him, some people got upset a couple days ago. So if you want to support him, and they were confused and they were wondering if it was actually your Cash App. So the Cash App is pinned. Yes, it is.
Well, it's not mine,
but it is the one that you use. Yes. Okay. All right. So just to make that abundantly clear, guys, before we go into this conversation, okay, please do me a favor. All right. It is pinned to the top. It is pinned to the top of the chat right now as we speak. All right. And it's also in the description box down below, and the GoFundMe link is in the description box down below. If you want to support him and show him love, please, by all means, send him Cash App, send him, your funds or your support to him via his Cash App. Okay, guys? Just a fair warning.
Or print off flyers and hand them out.
There it is. They're for flyers, etc. I'm sure for some gas, etc. Okay? Sure. Maybe a little something to eat while he's out here running around trying to.
Terry, I think this is the third official Pascal. Yeah. Listen to what Pascal says the money's for, though. Right? Interesting, huh?
Find Sebastian. So now that we have you on the show, and this was, I appreciate you hopping on in such an impromptu way. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, and by the way, too, I'm almost finished with June's calendar, and then I will add it for members. I will color code it and add it too. Now, remember, when you're looking at the calendar, I'm going to say this again. Everything in red is connected to Seth Rogers and JLR. Go back and look at that calendar. Now I'm going to tell you again, everything connected on that calendar in red is Seth Rogers' team and or connected to JLR?
But we got to get down to brass tacks, okay? I hate to ask you, but have you heard about this information about this remains being found out there?
No.
Ah.
Negatory. TBI, Sumner County, they don't speak to me. I don't think they like me right now.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Thank you, Sheila.
It's probably because I felt that they should call for a higher power. And
My mom.
now I think I guess I'm paying for it.
Right.
But
man, man, we
You think his relationship with law enforcement, I get so irritated that they're irritated that Seth can't get answers from law enforcement. If he would have done what law enforcement asked him to do and been cooperative with law enforcement, he wouldn't have this. Oh, Crimson Moon. We reviewed one of hers when that body was found in the pond and she jumped to that and titled Sebastian. We reviewed that one too. She absolutely has been causing chaos. Yeah, 100% agree. I don't remember. Sorry, I got distracted reading the comment.
I have nothing but love for you, and I of course, I'm supporting you 110%, and my prayers go out to you and your family and all that. And I can only imagine what you're going through as far as as soon as you get onto a show or you go onto a Court TV or Nancy Grace or any of these other platforms.
The bombardment of questions.
It's the bombardment of questions, and it's interesting
because nobody's getting answers, and everybody, humans are inquisitive. We want to ask questions, and we can get answers.
Yep. And then as soon as you answer a piece, it opens up another can of worms.
And want another one.
And then it's like, but what does that mean? And then, but what does that mean too? And then it keeps going and going and going. So I do want to say to you that I just appreciate. I mean, let's be real. It's been like peeling an onion. It's been peeling layers of an onion, and as time goes on, there's more information that comes out. And unfortunately, you're the only one that's actually putting out the information. If there were three of y'all, if there were two.
He's not even putting out information. That's the crazy thing. He's putting out unnecessary shit that's caused chaos in the case.
More people with you, I think that there'd be a lot more clarity a lot faster. But then again, maybe not. But I do appreciate you being just putting the information out there, whether it's messy or whether it's not. I just appreciate you just saying what I feel people need to know about Sebastian and what has happened in his past.
Thor.
What do you mean by what has happened in his past?
No, I mean the information that you said that you came onto the show, you clarified a whole bunch of things. There were things that were told about when he was young. You see what I'm saying? That
yes, this is before Tony. Yep.
I think opens up makes the
Tony doesn't officially enter the case until they show up on May 3rd is when they first show up on Pascal's, but he had been in the background for a little while at that point in time. But officially he comes out on May 3rd. So almost a month after this.
Makes the situation a little bit more three-dimensional. Right. It gives it a little bit more of there could be a possibility of this, or there could be a possibility of this could be a possibility of why he ran off, or etc. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, I just appreciate you.
We don't know what's going on.
Right.
We truly do not know what's going on. Unfortunately, haven't found any video proof of him since Texas Roadhouse. The video that they showed me of him taking the trash out.
Yeah.
You can't see. So it's not a definite picture.
So wait.
So it's not a definite picture.
So when you say when the video of him taking the trash out, you can't really see. Can you explain what you actually saw in that footage then of him taking out the trash, allegedly?
You see a flashlight.
And
that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
And what time was that at again?
You see a shadow. There, I didn't see a time leak on there because it was a ring cam.
Aye. So only and that ring cam. I know you can't give us specifically the location of that ring cam, but was it nearby? Was it like that video that we saw that was like a super cropped footage from a very big picture?
They showed me the whole thing, and it's too dark.
Okay.
Too dark for me to say that that's my son. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. I would be wondering if that's
So it's too dark for him, but Ellie obviously was able to clean it up and look at it. Okay.
actually him or not too, right? Yeah, that's,
You know,
that's
you can
interesting.
always hope it
Yeah,
is,
of
but that's
course.
speculation. You know,
Right.
it's speculation.
No doubt. The speculation part.
I can always tell when other creators are like needing dates because I'll start getting text message and like, hey, do you have the date of this? And I'm like, yeah. And I'll shoot a calendar over to somebody and they're like, cause so and so, but I can always tell as soon as I get questioned on dates, I'm like, I don't mind sharing the calendars with anybody. You members have access to them. But it's just funny because I'm always like, oh yeah, let me go look.
Okay. So I asked you about this on the phone when we talked yesterday morning. So I wanted to circle back and say that out loud so that everybody can hear it, because there's a lot of people that were tagging me in this online and asking me this in emails and whatnot. So I'm going to ask it to you now. There was a post that was made on a comment somewhere. I don't know if it was Facebook or any of these social medias, but it was out here in these social media streets. And this person basically said something that I thought was pretty damn brilliant. They said, hey, has anybody asked them, the Proudfoots, to produce the actual clothing that Sebastian was last seen wearing when he left Texas Roadhouse? If they're able to produce that clothing, then okay, they're in the clear. But if they aren't able to produce that clothing, well, then there you go. Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Oh my God.
That there may be some foul play there. Have they looked into that at all, Seth?
I have no idea.
Huh.
But I tell you what, I can really sit here and go, I was wondering if you do.
So this is another thing that I find interesting. So he's not hearing anything from law enforcement, right? We've heard him say that. Well, guess what? Now you hear Seth pretending to text these officers, right? To get answers about this stuff. If he has access and can just pick up his phone and text the guys, then how is he saying that he can't get information from them if he's pretending to text them? Like, what is this? Which phone's it off of, Seth? The Wi-Fi only one or your regular one?
Okay.
Asking for me.
To close the.
Everything is such a performance and such a fucking show with Seth. And I'm sorry, it is what it is. There's no evidence that he's guilty of anything at this point in time. But his behavior and the way he has used his son's disappearance as this performative bullshit, this act that he's put on, this YouTube tour, by using his son's trauma to weaponize against his mother, the mom that raised the kid, Katie Proudfoot, has been despicable.
Are you literally texting someone right now as we speak?
I am texting them right now.
Yeah.
Who are you texting? The Proudfeets?
No, I am texting TBI and Sumner County Sheriff's.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Adrian.
Let's go. All right, Seth. All right. Okay. Because I put him on the spot, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. You've been so busy, I wouldn't be surprised if you just haven't had time, really, to think about, process everything. The amount of people that I'm sure you're getting from the text messages, the DMs, the phone calls, the emails, etc. I can only imagine how many people are sitting here going, well, I got this theory and I got that theory. But that one, I was like, oh, no. That would be a wrap. That would absolutely be a wrap. If they cannot produce the clothing that he was last seen wearing, last seen wearing, walking out of Texas Roadhouse, if they can't produce that clothing, it's a wrap. In my personal opinion, that is a wrap. But then again, if he really did get home and he really did take out trash and he really did all those things, and then there was a bump that went on in the night where she heard a thud and all that stuff, then yeah, he could very well be in just the black the black joggers and the black t-shirt, of course, of how he was allegedly described to be wearing when he went missing. But if they cannot produce those clothing, those pieces of clothing, that is a very big problem for the Proudfoots, in my personal opinion. And I think that's what a lot of people are thinking as well. So,
I mean, only thing I can do is ask. They can either answer or not. That's
true. That is true. But I will say this though too, as much as I always try to see a silver lining to a certain extent. And given the fact that you're saying, TBI hasn't really been, transparent with you, hasn't been in communication with you as well, and all that, I'm going to be real. It tells me that they're listening, so that's good. I see that as a good thing. Yeah, they may feel some type of way about that. But at the same time, at least they're listening. Shoot, didn't they do a press conference to let us know? Oh yeah, nothing's happening, but we're still going to do this press conference because I think that they're finally listening. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, Nina, I will check. I promise.
That press conference, I mean, I don't understand I understand why they did it, so they could communicate with the public.
Yeah.
But
save face a little bit, maybe.
I don't know. That's their agenda.
Hey, Dutch.
I mean,
true.
I'm not responsible for them. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I'm just thinking.
I find this to be so fucking odd. Does anybody else think that this is so performative? I can't get answers from Ellie. They won't do anything. Then he pretends that he's texting the TBI. All this back and forth. Like, what's the point here? I've never understood this. This is something about this interview that has irritated me. And Thor, I think it's probably the 7th time we've watched it. I almost remember it.
No. I'm just thinking. You know what I mean? Because I want to understand the dynamics that are going on out there. I know that your boots on the ground. You're doing everything you can, and law enforcement isn't really law enforcing. It seems like, at least in my personal opinion, that's what it kind of sounds like. And so I am kind of curious as to, ever since Friday, let's just say, how's the weekend been? How's the search been? Has it been just a circus, or has it been fairly organized and calm and copacetic?
Hello?
I'm sorry. My meds are starting to kick in. What was that?
I just asked, how has the search?
That is always a thing too. When he's not paying attention or distracted, it seems that there's always this, or something he doesn't want to answer. There's always this back and forth, like, oh, wait, what? And then he has to phrase it. We've watched him do this with Pascal numerous times. It always stands out to me. And I'm like, are you trying to avoid the question and hope that he just moves on to the next one? Are you not paying attention? But he always uses, my meds just kicked in, or I was so tired, I didn't remember I said that.
It's been since Friday. You came onto the show. We talked. Saturday was a whole other day, and you had Sunday as well. How was this weekend? Was it an absolute cluster F? Was it a circus, or was it very organized and copacetic?
Under doctor's orders not to go anywhere. Remember?
Yeah, that was under doctor's orders, but you were still out there. Were you not?
You're broadcasting live. I don't need my doctor actually calling me up and telling me,
Well, I mean, what he gonna do?
You're trying to get. Wait a minute. I thought we were friends. Not you pushed me under.
I mean, you were out here on 4K on the news, baby. So I ain't saying nothing that he doesn't already know. Okay, if he's watching that local news, he already knows. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably.
Let's be real. But, go ahead, Seth.
But other than that, I've just been going over information, taking the leads that I've got to figure out the next game plan for where I'm going to go search.
He's been going over the leads that he's gotten. Why aren't all leads going to law enforcement? That has always bothered me from the jump. Why did they instantly take and start putting all these emails out? I mean, you go back to even when Barbecue Lady was associated with them. She had an email address up on TikTok for leads to go to. Then they started the Google number for leads to go to. T-Rev was taking leads. All of these people who were associated with Seth's team were taking leads that should have gone directly to law enforcement only, if they were credible leads. I mean, they really should have, but why was that intentionally done from jump? Why was that ever even allowed? I wouldn't want, if I was the parent of a missing child, I wouldn't want them sending stuff to me. Send it directly to law enforcement. They're going to have boots on the ground, be able to investigate those things. They just make it more difficult. And plus, if you're finding evidence, the chain of custody is broken. There's protocol that has to go about it. Like, none of this is
right. Okay. So then what has it been like, for
funny story. I was just talking to my in-laws yesterday about Nancy Grace, and my father-in-law, like, he doesn't know much about this stuff. My mother-in-law does. But my mother-in-law was like, "Oh, she's terrible." And my father-in-law was even like, "Oh, that Nancy Gray lady, she's horrible." And I'm like, yeah, go in-laws.
I mean, there was a big surge of protesters and people demonstrating, wanting, for Chris Proudfoot to repent. What are your thoughts on that?
Austin, right?
Repent for what?
Oh,
I guess they feel like he's been out here doing no good.
Well, people are who they are. You cannot change somebody just because you want them to change. They have
pretty heavy statement there. People are who they are. So Seth Rogers is showing us who he is. This is a display of who Seth Rogers is. We're just taking him at his word, right? We're following his line.
to want to change for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Any otherwise is just a fake change. So if Chris doesn't think that he's done anything wrong, why would he repent?
Right.
And then that would go on to, let he who hasn't sinned throw the first stone.
Good point. Good point. But have those people been helping with the search, or have they been hindering the actual search for Sebastian right now?
Well, they're causing chaos. Nothing that they're doing is, they're not handing out flyers. They could be trying to help find Sebastian instead of getting somebody to repent for their sins that they don't even know what their sins are.
Right.
The first time.
Hold on one second, Lee.
Yeah, you good.
The first
Yes,
fucking
Terry?
time, Thor 2. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, fuck you forever. And it's my fault. Nope. One chance.
Let me see if I got some
Yes,
questions
she really does.
for you. Are you good, Seth? Or are you still talking to somebody?
And it's honestly dangerous what Nancy Grace does. Let me go off on that a little bit. Sorry, this is just annoying me because it's just this performative piece. But this, honestly, she creates dangerous situations for these families, truly dangerous situations. And she is like the top of the profiting off of pain. Like that is the industry that she is like the top of. And it's disgusting. She's dangerous. She dog whistles. She puts these families in complete horrifying situations to fit a narrative. And she has a reach, and it's dangerous. It is dangerous to be that negligent in your reporting. And that is my opinion based on what she does. Sorry, guys, my neck is hot and my hair is irritating me.
He may be a little busy right now. Hold on.
Ignore me.
If he hops on, I'll try to get some of these questions to you for you guys. Okay. If I don't get them, sorry.
Ooh,
don't get mad.
thanks.
I'll do everything I can. Okay.
That was Katie.
Don't get in your feels now. All right. This is very impromptu. Did not know he was going to call in at all. I do appreciate him calling in. Of course, it's always a blessing to have him on to give us more updates and give us everything that's going on as far as the search and case and all that. Maybe he got a phone call from somebody else.
Crystal, I'm not sure if they're still in Walmart's because I know that they have to cycle them through. So that was done pretty early on. And a lot of the Walmart's have taken them down from my understanding. But if he's not there, if you would like to ask if we could potentially hang another one there. I don't know if you have access to printing one or not, but a lot of the Walmart's have cycled them through to my understanding because we're almost 5 months in. So they have to cycle for new missing children. I don't know if all of them cycle them out, how it goes, but I know that a lot of Walmart's have already started to cycle through because we're going on 5 months now. But a lot of them, most of them did in the beginning. They had them all over.
Pertaining to the search. And if that's the case, then I'm hoping that that's the case, right? Hopefully that is what it is. Hopefully the meds haven't kicked in too hard, you know? You with us, Seth?
You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Is everything okay?
I just got some more information.
Oh,
Crystal, that would be amazing. Honestly, that would be amazing because, I mean, his face needs to be out there. So if you could do that, and if you could tell us and let us know, too, what the status is of the flyer, that would be great because then we know if they're cycling through them, if they could be redone. We're trying to find things that we can put flyers, places that we can get them across the country further, stuff of that nature.
like what? It's just you and me talking.
Yeah.
You know,
How many people work?
nobody's here. It's just you and me, baby. What happened?
Yeah, it's only what 6.2 thousand people in chat right now.
No big deal. No big deal. We are all here for you. We just want to make sure you're all right. So
Pointing out the amount of watchers they have, that's really
is
interesting.
there anything that is there anything you can share with us right now?
I've just had somebody tell me that they had already pulled the footage for that tip down in Jackson.
Okay, so what tip down in Jackson?
There was a tip. Lady had said that she saw somebody that matched Sebastian's description on the 26th.
Yes.
At the Speedway.
At the gas station.
Yeah.
Yes. In a black pickup truck, allegedly.
Dark color, dark blue. They didn't really know because they weren't paying attention.
Okay.
But
They weren't paying attention, but they know. Wait, what? They weren't paying attention. This always gets me. They weren't paying attention. They can't tell you this, but they think it looks like Sebastian. All of these leads were obviously debunked.
Called me, told me that they had already pulled it and that it was not Sebastian. So
Arctic, you're amazing, as always.
Okay, well, that's good to know because I know that has been information that's been put out here. So that has been debunked, everybody, just so you guys know now. The information about there being a possible sighting of Sebastian at this gas station, the Speedway. Allegedly, this individual was seen inside of a dark pickup truck. And of course, they were saying it was alleged that law enforcement was not doing their due diligence as far as that information that came out from an eyewitness. We are now finding out that information has been debunked. That person was not Sebastian, so we can actually put that whole theory and that part of that eyewitness account to rest now. It's still unfortunate because, of course, we want to get something that's solid so we can get Sebastian home. But now we know that information live on the show, by the way, guys. Live. You heard it right here. Please, okay? Share the love. Let people know about that information. That's important to know. So, Seth, thank you so much for being so candid and letting us know about that. I know you could have just left that and kept that pretty close to the vest.
Sorry, guys. I'm back outside, and can you hear the cicada yelling at me again? That little bastard talking back again. Someone mentioned earlier in another chat, we aren't asking the right questions. Like he said in the interview, is the question, where is Sebastian, Seth? Yeah, anytime he's asked questions, he avoids the hard ones. He doesn't come on the channels that actually want to ask questions about all this shit. He goes on the people that will just spin the narratives for him.
So I appreciate you sharing that with us. Real talk. Now,
right, Revival?
I got a couple questions for you because I got some people that have been asking some questions. So Brandy's asking, can you clarify the flashlight video?
I would really like to know. Okay, we have never seen proof, so please let me start with that. I said in the very beginning of this, when I first started covering creators that were causing chaos in this, that I wouldn't doubt that some of these creators were actually paying for interviews. Now, we have never seen proof of that, but I wonder if there was some sort of agreement, arrangement, because the channels he picked were very specific. If you look at the channels, it was the Lab, Pascal. He never went on Trevor Lee's because Trevor Lee didn't do any. Did he do any live streams with Seth? Not to my knowledge. I don't know if his channel's back up either. He did the Nina interview. He went on T-Rev 757, the Lab, Pascal, and that's the only places he really went in the beginning of this. Speaking of Seth, Terry Lynn. But it's very interesting, the people he picked to align with right off jump.
And I think I'm assuming she's talking about the flashlights that are floating around. Now, we've talked about this ad nauseum on the show before, but if you can, if you don't mind, just.
Crystal, I'm not shocked to hear that because it floods them, I'm sure. Oh, Dolly. He did go on Dolly a couple times too, or once in the beginning. Yeah, interesting. And JLR. Yeah.
Maybe
the
just
optics don't look good.
Hitting the hammer on the nail or whatever. You know what I mean? Just solidify
right.
one fell swoop.
That camera was, probably 600 yards away. And the
camera was 600 yards away. Y'all listen to how he's, oh God. Okay, shut up, Becky, and just let it play.
Lights that you see on there.
Yeah.
One of them actually does not move.
Right.
But as it was explained to me, the other one was the flashing. It was a light on top of the garbage truck so they can see where their camera is to pick up the trash can.
Okay.
And it was catching trees on the way back. That's why it moved faster. And the other one was literally a stationary light, but whoever sent it to somebody.
Trees. You notice he mentioned the trees and the light. They knew exactly what those lights were.
Just moved the camera so it looked like it disappeared off the camera and then moved it so it looked like it came back on. Because somebody recorded that from a video instead of sending the whole video.
Gotcha. Now, here's the thing, though, guys, because this is the one piece, and I think this is the reason why that super chat was asked, is that footage is weird. I mean, as far as those lights are moving around, it doesn't look like a stationary.
Yes, he said 600 yards away. Yeah, Lisa, he did. He said 600 yards away. You guys want me to, Austin, right? Are you listening, Spanky? No, they're going to spend another 2 hours looking at the lights to find 600 yards away.
Light on a car. You understand what I'm saying? It does not look like a stationary light on a car. It looks like somebody's holding it and, moving around, walking around.
Let me go back. I'll play it again and I won't interrupt it. Sorry, guys. I get so bent out of shape watching these. I'm like, have something to say every 5 minutes.
One of them actually does not move, but as it was explained to me, the other one was the flashing. It was a light on top of the garbage truck so they can see where their camera is to pick up the trash can.
Okay.
And it was catching trees on the way back. That's why it moved faster. And the other one was literally a stationary light, but whoever sent it.
Oh, we got to go back a little bit further. Okay.
Now, I got a couple questions for you because I got some people that have been asking some questions. So Brandy's asking, can you clarify the flashlight video?
There you go.
And I think I'm assuming she's talking about the flashlights that are floating around. Now, we've talked about this ad nauseum on the show before,
right?
But if you can, if you don't mind, just hitting the hammer on the nail or whatever. You know what I mean? Just solidify it one fell swoop.
That camera was, probably 600 yards away.
There you go.
And the lights that you see on there, one of them actually does not move, but as it was explained to me, the other one was the flashing. It was a light on top of the garbage truck so they can see where their camera is to pick up the trash can.
Okay.
And it was catching trees on the way back. That's why it moved faster. And the other one was literally a stationary light, but whoever sent it to somebody just moved the camera so it looked like it disappeared off the camera and then moved it so it looked like it came back on. Because somebody recorded that from a video instead of sending the whole video.
Oh,
gotcha. Now, here's the thing, though, guys, because this is the one piece, and I think this is the reason why that super chat was asked, is that footage is weird.
So if you guys want to be able to say Seth debunked your guys' lights video himself, you can say April 8th, 2024 at the 129-minute mark in Pascal's video. There you go.
I mean, as far as those lights are moving around, it doesn't look like a stationary light on a car. You understand what I'm saying? It does not look like a stationary light on a car. It looks like somebody's holding it and, moving around, walking around. So, what are your thoughts on that piece?
Layla, that could
I saw the video.
Okay, so you saw the full video.
It's not. Yeah, I saw the whole video. But it's literally, it's not even from behind the house.
It's not.
That video comes from a different angle.
Somewhere
it is not behind the house.
Somewhere completely different. Okay, I see. Interesting. I guess some people are wanting to know too. So you're telling us that you saw the actual garbage truck attached to that light.
Correct.
Okay, we can put that to rest, guys. We can put that to rest. Okay.
So that was April 8th that could have been put to rest, and here we are, July 5th, and people are still going over that lights video.
Go ahead.
Right, the video is weird, but like I said, it's like somebody was watching the video and then took their camera phone and sat there and only recorded the top right-hand corner of the video.
Oh,
yeah, which is weird. Which is still very, very weird.
Wanted their 15 minutes of whatever and gave it to who for his 15 minutes of whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
Throwing shade at Nick Barris. Revival, I think so. I can't remember when Jay started her ruckus video.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know why somebody did that. We're talking about trying to find a missing child.
Right. It is weird. Because it also makes you wonder, okay, if you saw a pickup, sorry, not a pickup truck. If you saw a garbage truck in the footage, then why on God's green earth is that footage pitch black with a bunch of white dots? That's the one thing I'm still trying to understand there. Was the footage manipulated to make it look even more mysterious? Or did it look exactly like what we all saw when it first was leaked?
It was dark, and they were recording it from the other side. The trash truck doesn't come in front of that video. It's recording from the other side to where it's coming down a different street.
Okay.
So,
man. Okay.
Crazy how they're still trying to make this into something. Listen to Seth's own words, 600 yards, what
Okay.
it was.
Man, oh man, I'm sorry. Because in my head, I'm, of course, all the pieces that we have. Go ahead.
The last thing I want,
right?
The last thing that I want is Chris Proudfoot and Katie Proudfoot to have done something to my son. Period.
Of course, that's
and that right there was like I think that the person that put it up there was just trying to create drama. And they did it. They created drama.
So then
they created drama. It's interesting. Everybody else is creating the drama. Everybody else is creating the drama, right?
Seth, let me ask you this then. Has there been any pieces of evidence aside from this flashlight thing, which looked like fireflies in the dark? Has there been any footage or evidence that you feel that was fabricated or was planted by another party just to throw you or law enforcement off a beaten path?
I wouldn't know, because the only thing that I have found were the glasses and then the videos that they have showed me to make sure that they understood that they weren't hiding anything from me.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else, they're going to keep close to the vest, because they're not going to give me anything that's going to blow the case wide open. They're going to keep all that stuff close if they think it's permanent. The only reason I got to see the video of Texas Roadhouse
Mm-hmm.
was because I asked for proof of life.
Okay. I have a few more questions for you. Welcome to me.
Hi.
Let me ask you these real quick. So you saw Texas Roadhouse footage. I know that he went with Katie Proudfoot to a bunch of other places. They went to a couple other places before Texas Roadhouse. Did you see any of that footage, or did you only see Texas Roadhouse thus far?
Only Texas Roadhouse.
Okay. Now, do they have footage of the other events that they had that she and Sebastian did leading up to Texas Roadhouse? Do they have that footage?
Not that they showed me, because I didn't ask for it.
Gotcha. Now I gotta ask you though, because it for me it's like, all right, because the timeline may not be timelining. Well, the reason why I say that is she could, okay, with all due respect, I'm just saying this, okay? I'm not sitting here saying that this is truth or anything. I'm just throwing out this possibility. She could easily say that he had the time of his life. He had the best day ever, and it actually didn't happen that way. Maybe, the events that they went and did, the popcorn and all that stuff, maybe those things didn't actually happen. If we haven't seen the footage, how do we know if that information is actually true? If the only thing that's true, say again?
That would be what law enforcement would be keeping close to their vest. And if that's not true.
Okay. All right. Next question I have for you. Now, we understand that she works at Brinks Security.
Oh, here we go.
On Nancy Grace, there was actual questions about security systems and all that stuff. She says in the interview that they don't have a security system, which I find to be a little odd. Okay. But they do have like a keypad on the doors. Okay. That lead them out to the exterior of the house. Okay. Okay. Or to the outside of the house. I mean, yeah. Okay. So my question to you is this, because there was another interview in the very beginning by the local news, and they asked about footage from inside the house. Does the house actually have cameras or not?
I don't know.
How does he not know? How does he not know? First and foremost, let me put this into perspective again. We know because of Seth's own words that he was there for the first 3 days. He was in the home for the first 3 days. How does he not know? Because he was there when law enforcement was there. They would have been looking for cameras in the house. Like, they would have been finding anything. He would have known if they had security cameras.
So you can't confirm or deny it. You can't debunk that at all. You've been inside that house. You've never seen a camera in there at all, not once.
I cannot either confirm nor deny because I don't know if they got cameras in the house.
Okay.
Bullshit.
I mean, I never walked in and was like, "Where's all your cameras?"
Of course. But
But you were there when law enforcement was there searching for your son. You would know if they had cameras from the house. They would have collected those.
but
Pick up my son. I just want to pick him up and take him, get in the truck, and start the hour-and-a-half drive home.
yeah, I get it.
You just want to start the hour-and-a-half drive home. An hour and a half from where?
I mean, don't really want to be around my ex.
I understand that. I mean, I understand how exes go. Okay, trust me, I do understand that.
Oh, dude.
I mean, we've all had an ex out here. All right, we've all had somebody, right?
Yes.
Yes. It's just normal, right? That's just relationships and how things go. Now I don't have an ex-wife or anything, but you get what I'm saying. We've all had that one.
No, I know.
Right?
No. You go to
his job in Davidson County to their house. It's probably 30 minutes, if that. Clarksville to Hendersonville. I'll look.
church.
I did not go yesterday. No. Did you? Did you?
I did.
That's good. I mean, are
You keep telling me to go to church and you don't go.
Oh, I do, but I didn't go this Sunday. I didn't. No.
You didn't go last Sunday either.
I went on Easter Sunday.
What, did you? No, that's right. You said you were going to go.
I was going to go on Friday, but then I couldn't get there. It was a busy day. Very, very busy day. But hey, I make time when I can. Okay. I make time when I can. All right. I definitely do. But that's not what we're here for, though, right? All right. We're not here to talk about my faith.
We were here for a friendly conversation.
We're here to talk about your son, you, in this search.
So my GPS says that Hendersonville and Clarksville are an hour and 4 minutes away. One route, the other route is an hour and 23 minutes away.
Okay. So.
Well, I haven't found my son yet, so.
No, obviously. But and I'm still curious as to like how this has been, right? How things have been this weekend. Because I understand that there was some police activity in a particular area. I guess some items were found. Did that have anything to do with that?
I don't know.
With the case?
They didn't call and tell me. There were some items found. I think it was behind the Texas Roadhouse, actually.
Items were found behind the Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, really?
I think that's what they were saying. I don't.
Yeah.
Nobody ever called me about it. Sumner County didn't call me. TBI didn't call me. Come and ask me to verify or anything of that sort.
Man. Okay. Well, I just, I wish that there was some more information here. Obviously, I know, I'm speaking to the choir, but it is a bit frustrating when you hear about TBI or law enforcement not really being that transparent. They're not keeping that line of communication with you open.
But he just texted him or pretended to on your stream.
I mean, are they deliberately dodging or ignoring your calls?
Don't know.
Wow.
I'm looking at some of these things. Let's see, because I'm actually looking through here.
Seth lives in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's an hour and 4 minutes or an hour and 23 minutes, depending on which direction. And I'm sure you got to add traffic in there too.
Please let him go to sleep. See, I like Suzanne Vineyard. I mean, can you not tell I'm a little loopy?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you go for sure. But I do appreciate you clarifying a few things. I appreciate you just stopping in and calling in and just clarifying a few things. Because I can only imagine how tired you are. It's been, I'm sure, a very, very long weekend, and this was a very long day for you too. So Seth, I appreciate you calling in. And guys, let me just say this again. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap this up so you can get your butt to bed. Okay. So please, guys, go to his Cash App. All right. It's pinned to the top of the chat right now as we speak. Please go. It's in the description box down below. Okay. Please go and check that out. Share the love. Support if you can. He is still out there looking for his son. Seth, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. I'll let you go so you can go get some rest. All right, brother. You stay blessed.
Was there any other questions you wanted to ask me?
No.
He's letting him go, and he's like, "Was there anything else?"
We'll talk again soon. I didn't get my. I know that you're tired, brother. Go get some rest.
But if I can clear the air for anything, like I saw some stuff going on about Jaden.
Oh, yeah. No. I just wanted to have him. He was in the chat. He wanted to hop in, or I was trying to get him to hop in so he can give us some updates about the search. That's all. I was giving him love.
Yeah, no. He wasn't going to jump in. He saw me in chat.
Oh, okay. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What does that mean exactly?
If you're going to ask anything about the search, probably should ask me.
Right. Fair enough. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. It's better for it to come
out of the horse's mouth than to hear it from the goat next to the horse.
No doubt. Well, Seth, I'm going to let you go so you can go get some rest. I appreciate you calling in. We will talk here again very, very soon, I hope. And hopefully when we talk again, hopefully it's some...
He's still wanting to be on the show. He's not coherent. He's like claiming that his meds kicked in. Basically, Pascal's trying to let him go. And he's like, but.
Say it again.
I said, I hope this was some better news.
Yeah, I think that's what we're all hoping for too. We are all hoping for that, for real. All right. Again, I appreciate you coming in and calling. And
I appreciate you.
Let's talk here.
I do
okay.
Have something to say.
Shoot.
Because it's been coming to me about the repent your sin, Chris.
Yeah, thing. Speak on it.
Well, the thing is that somebody sat there and stated a straight false lie to begin with, which they should repent their sins for lying on somebody, because I believe it says thou shalt not tell a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I watched the videos because I had people send them to me. All Jaden did when he went over there was try to do what I would have done, which is have a conversation with him and find out what part of them doing that was going to help find Sebastian.
Was that stage 2? Because it seemed like JLR had been out on a search with you and Jaden previously when you called him to come down and, film you wandering around and backing up and doing all this stuff. Jaden was there, but when the guy was going back and forth with Jaden, JLR never said a word about, no, hey, dude, he's with Seth. None of that happened. It's interesting to me that it was caught on film and it was all used for content. And JLR and Jaden knew who each other were. JLR didn't step in and say anything. And they're talking about the repent guy.
And then this so-called self-proclaimed Olsen character, self-proclaimed preacher or reverend or whatever he is, wants to sit there and say that he pulled a firearm on him. That is some crap.
I mean, that's what... So, and that's not true, right? Right?
No, it's not.
Okay. So a firearm was not pulled out during whatever altercation that was happening with protesters over this weekend. Okay.
In fact, Jaden was calm, level voiced, everything. I mean, literally, he was just trying to find out what they were doing if they really thought it was going to help find my son. Like, if they wanted to come, grab some flyers and go pass out flyers, we would have brought them flyers so that they could have gone to go find something. We would have asked them to help pass out flyers. Without finding Sebastian, we don't know what happened.
No doubt.
So for them to sit there and saying, for him to repent, he has to deal with that when his time is up. Right now, we just need to find Sebastian. We find Sebastian, we find out what really happened.
We find out what really happened.
I agree.
Sitting there and passing rumors or letting social media sit there and blow stuff out of proportion. That's where, that's a thin line between justice and mob justice.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden has been helping me search for my son since week 2? And I met him at one of the vigils because his mom was there.
Yeah.
Helping set up the vigil. I would not have somebody reckless on my team.
He's not going to have somebody reckless on his team. Meanwhile, his entire team has been reckless. Okay, Seth.
I mean, it's really good that you have people in your corner that are, trying to soldier on, trying to be a cheerleader for not only just for your son, but for you as well. And just for the search. Whatever altercation happened. I mean, obviously that happened. It is what it is. And, of course, the main focus and I agree with you 100%, is finding Sebastian at the end of the day. And so Jaden and all the other people that have been involved, we commend every single last one of them. The whole chat shows nothing but love for all the people that have been going out there and just helping. So that's, I commend every single last one of them. And there needs to be more. They really needs to be more. Real talk. So you guys are still at the meeting at the Rudder, correct?
Currently, we are not.
Oh, no? So where are you guys going at now? Where is it now?
No, we're having a meeting tomorrow so we can figure out where our game plan is going to take us to the next location.
Oh, wow. Why?
We have pretty much flyered all of those areas, and we're not trying to overstay our welcome at the Rudder.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I thought maybe the establishment was, saying something, but
no, the Rudder.
Right now, factually speaking, this still isn't a true crime case. This is awareness for a missing child. That's what it is. It's an open investigation, but it's not a criminal investigation. We don't know that anything nefarious has happened. Could it turn that way? Yes. But right now, these people have jumped so far ahead. It's unbelievable. But a lot of it was driven right by Seth's narrative.
Rudder said we could use it whenever we would like, and we appreciate that, but we don't want to take advantage of it.
That makes sense.
Oh.
There's other people that are pulling in with boats and everything else, and we held the vigil there. And we're going to find another location for us to meet at.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, too, around this time, his team consisted of a registered sex offender by the name of Brothers Underwater Recovery.
That's what's up.
Ronnie Wagner.
Okay. Well, please let me know. You know what I mean? You got my info. I got your info. Go ahead, Seth. What were you saying?
I was saying Asheville's pretty big. So
yeah.
Besides Hendersonville, there's other locations that don't have flyers yet.
And it's really interesting because Brothers Underwater were there on the 6th and 7th, and this was the 8th.
So,
right.
We got to hit them all.
Hit every corner you can. Absolutely. So then that's what it means. That's basically, I'm glad that you said that. So there needs to be other volunteers, other people that can help in those areas. If you are in those areas and you want to help out, okay. Hopefully we'll have some more information on how you can help out here in the very, very near future, because I mean, Seth can't be everywhere all at the same time. He just can't. So all the surrounding areas, I seriously, everybody needs to be all hands on deck. Real talk. Those flyers should be outside of Hendersonville, etc. They should be going all the way out into Memphis and beyond. Okay. So yes, Seth, of course we'll be in contact about that.
Had to slip that Memphis in there, didn't you, Pascal?
When you find out more information about where your headquarters is going to be moving to, I'll make sure that please let us know, or let me know, and then I'll put that information out here. I'll let everybody know about.
Jaden seems like a good kid to me. Jaden seems like he was really trying to help search, but it was that whole confrontation with JT Olson and JLR catching it all on camera, but not speaking up and saying, wait, I know this kid, he's part of Seth's team. He's been helping, none of that. It was all just camera footage.
About all that as well. Okay.
Not a problem. I appreciate it.
Of course, brother. But again, go get some sleep, go get some rest. I I gotta get into the rest of the show, but I appreciate you being here and just kind of debunking things, confirming things, etc. Just clarifying a few things. We all in the chat, the family chat, etc. really appreciate it, my brother. And so I will be in contact with you very soon. Okay, so hydrate, get some sleep, and I'll talk to you very soon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right,
you.
brother. Take care.
You have a good night and be blessed.
Thank you, brother. You too. Talk to you soon. Well, Seth called into the show, guys.
No kidding. We just watched it. All right. So now we're going to switch gears one more time. And now we're going to the loudmouth herself from today. There's a few things that she said today that I mean, she just says the most every single day. So this is not anything new to most of you. Again, this is from Blowhorn Betty, the pain in the ass herself.
Hey guys, it's
And again, this is from this morning.
nice to see you. Hopefully we're going to be doing better on this live stream. I decided to take it to StreamYard on this particular channel because of everything going on. It looks like the live did finally end.
Notice she's got the green screen behind her. I wanted to point that out. So when she's in a hotel traveling and wants people to know her location, she doesn't use the green screen, but she's at home, she's using a green screen. The irony.
And on the crime story, I ended up, I am Team Summer ended up dropping a link, and I was trying to pin it, and it ended up taking me over to Seth's YouTube page, and it wouldn't let me come back. And so then I'm sitting there trying to, we all have a button here that says in stream. And whatever reason, my computer is starting to get really touchy, like the pad. That's why it cut off in the middle of that video that about the children, is because
not another fucking computer grift. Really? How many computers has she?
I went to move my thing and it just changed it right to my intro coming in. So long story short, I ended up having to reach out to support because the end stream button was also missing. Like I went through studio, everything. I even watched a video on how to end it. And there's like, you go here, go here. I did exactly what it did. And my end stream button was literally missing. Whatever I did when I hit that link and went over, it wouldn't let me come back. It wouldn't let me get out. It stuck it in that. It was just weird. I've never experienced that. Usually it lets me come right back in and hitch right where I left off. And I've never had a problem like that before.
Oh, Amy, do you think your words, you people are so fucking weird. Okay, let me explain YouTube to you. It's called reviewing content and bullshit that is put out here. If you can't understand that that's all your true crime creators do is take news articles and rebroadcast them or others people's content, this is called reviewing. You obviously, in little channels, ma'am, why are you guys so bothered by my numbers when I'm not? Like, tell me again, and exactly who am I jealous of on this internet? Because Betty is definitely not somebody I'm jealous of. You definitely are not an islander. Bye-bye.
We've had where I've accidentally gone off the live, and I've always managed to be able to get back in it. This morning, I could not get back in it to save my life. It like whatever it did, it literally put my system in a fritz. So the live stream has finally ended. I just confirmed that. It did pretty well because everybody was going back in and come back in. That was awful. That had me like literally like I'm cussing behind the screen. I'm like, what in the, what is going on here? What in the world is going on here? Why won't it end my live stream? It just won't end my live stream. So, and of course I'm sitting here cussing and, Delilah's just looking up at me. It's like, hey, mommy, I'm being good. Like, it's not you, honey. It's not you at all. It's the computer. I want to throw the computer.
I just want y'all to make sure you catch the green screen, though, because it's when she's in hotels and wants to be found, she doesn't use a green screen. But at home, she's using one.
But I'm glad we got back. We were going to do a live stream here on this channel at 10. We just kind of kickstarted it a little bit earlier than we normally do. That's all. So if you guys are here, thank you. I'm Bullhorn Betty. We're covering the case of Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old autistic boy that disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and has not been seen or heard from since. All sightings to date of Sebastian Rogers have been fruitless. The call-ins, the people that were seen have been identified, and they're not Sebastian Rogers. Therefore, The last person that has ever laid eyes on Sebastian Rogers alive is Katie Proudfoot.
You notice how she puts in there alive, the last person to ever seen him alive. Hopefully, again, people can catch up and realize that there's no sign that he's not still alive at this point in time. Like, why they have to go to the worst of the worst, and nobody's been arguing that Katie wasn't the last one to see him. We know that.
She is the only person with and around Sebastian Rogers that weekend, to the best of my knowledge. And I have worked diligently to find out if Chris was home that weekend. And according to his neighbors, he was not. According to the videos, he was not.
Whoa, it's about time you caught up to the rest of the world. He was not home.
There is no evidence that Chris was in his vehicle at that house any part of that weekend.
Nope.
Now, I would love for that to change, because that would bode right into a lot of my theories.
Oh, a lot of the narrative that she's been trying to push. She needs somebody to come out and say, nope, I saw him. Nope, I saw him. Revival, that's why I played this. Because she's admitting right now that even the neighbors are saying he was not home. I mean, we've all known that for how long, but Betty's finally catching up. So I wanted to make sure we have this on record, because pretty soon there'll be a switch.
My initial theories, it would actually put the two theories I have removed back into play.
Yep, she admitted it.
So I have been diligently, more than anything else in this world, diligently trying to place Christopher Proudfoot in the immediate area that weekend. And for 4 months, I have not been able to. And then all of a sudden we have.
For 4 months, she's admitting that for 4 months, she's been targeting Chris Proudfoot. And she cannot. Sucks to suck.
He was at Danny Guy's house playing cards.
Nope, wasn't.
Okay. I don't need sources revealed, but I need some receipts. Because the receipts that I have no problem, because I earned those receipts. I found them myself.
She earned the receipts. She found them herself.
Found them myself. And then we have corroborating of the findings that I have with Miss Bobby stating that that Chris was not there. Another neighbor even stated the only thing odd that weekend was the fact that Chris didn't come home. Oh, absolutely, Alex. I absolutely believe he was in another car. I believe that suspicious car that we seen in that surveillance video was his mother's car, and I believe he was in it.
Oh, so never mind. Back out the window. Now we got another place to go, you know.
I absolutely do. But that's after the weekend, though. That's at night on Sunday night that I believe that he made his way back to the home because Katie called him and said, oh, crap.
Oh, so now she has no proof. You heard what she said, right? You heard that she said there's no proof. The neighbor said he wasn't home, but now she's going to continue to turn and say that he came home Sunday night. What, Betty?
We got a problem here. Whatever. Peter Hyde is another person that, I wildly respect.
She is hell-bent to try to jam Chris up in this. She is hell-bent. Good luck, Betty.
And we've discussed him, a few times.
I'm not worried.
Hey, guys. Yes, Delilah is very rambunctious this morning. This is the wiggly body. And as you can see, just in my little holding of her, how rambunctious she is this morning. She is not giving mommy a break. She is all over the place this morning, but she's staying in one spot. She's all over the place here, but she's got her little comfy area. Up. Are you finally tuckering out? Let's see if I can get you to growl.
Linda.
There we go. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody, why do you keep snuggling under my neck? Everybody wants to see that pretty face. Everybody wants to see the pretty face. You guys got to see her. She said her first words today. If you guys haven't seen that video, I did two of them. One was the paper bag. She had a paper bag and it was bigger than her body and she was playing with it and it was so cute. And then as I'm recording, she decides to start, because I'm on the recliner, and she decides to start coming up and wanting to be a big girl. She tried to jump up on it. Oh, it was so cute. And then all of a sudden she couldn't do it. All right, you can get down. All of a sudden she couldn't do it and she starts yelling at me. It was so cute. I'm like, oh, she's her first words, her first barks. So we've heard her growl, but that was the first time you heard her actually say something. She's got the cutest little voice. So we were kind of in the middle of, and I think that it dying there was probably good because we were in the middle of discussing the whole Danny Guy thing. I'm sorry, I'm starting to see, I like Terry Lynn, so I'm starting to see where these, but I'm sorry, I've got to corroborate.
I like Terry Lynn. notice Terry Lynn's name's thrown in there because that's where that Danny Guy theory has been coming from. Terry Lynn, Seth's team, again.
Right, everything that is done. I remember when I talked, and I think I hurt Terry Lynn's feelings because she was trying to help me out and say, you know, I've already done this, I've already done that. And I'm like, Terry, I get that you've already done it. I have not. You know, I'm doing my work for me. You know, you have to do your work for you, but I have to do the work that I need to do for me and my channel. And I can't take people's word for it unless they have receipts to back up their words. You know, I'm sorry. I understand that you've done all this, but I have to go back and do it because I have it. And I have to have the knowledge for myself, and I have to have the knowledge for my channel. I just can't come to you guys. I mean, we walk through a lot of this stuff together. I know everybody, all the hate channels would love to say, oh, I just willy-nilly blow stuff out my, we all know that's not true. You guys are
Yeah, you do.
here with me. You guys see the work that goes into it. You guys see how we corroborate stuff. And it's like, even that 2-hour drive, you know, she had to go like 90 miles an hour to get there in 2 hours. And I still have to challenge that because I don't know if that's still accurate, because taking, you know, being able to cut off, I guess it's possible if you're going 20 miles over an hour, 20 miles. So 3 hours, that would be 60 miles. I don't know if that's quite an hour, but yeah, I could shave off a significant amount. But who's going to be driving that way if they have someone in their car that's in poor condition? So we have to challenge some of these things. You know, it's not to criticize her in any way. So I don't want it to be, you know, that. But as far as Danny Guy, I have to also take into consideration that there was, you know, there's some bad blood between them. And I don't know why he's being brought up. I know that there's significance, like the fire at the
another distraction that they're trying to use.
a garbage facility, and that being right next to the second generation building. I understand that there are some weird coincidences there, but to say that Chris was back on a Thursday and then that changed to a Friday to play poker when everybody, and I mean everybody, nobody has seen him in that community.
Duchess, are you in here? Have you ever heard Chris even talk about playing poker?
It seems like people know who Christopher Proudfoot is, but it doesn't seem like anybody, there's no video evidence that he came home. There's no truck. And yeah, we can make hypotheticals like, oh, well, maybe his mom went and got him. I don't like guessing. I like facts. And the facts are the neighbors have told us over and over again that this man was not there.
Well, shocker, he wasn't there. So move on. Find a new theory. Come up with something different.
And I have to believe that. Now, is it possible that he could have? Of course, anything's possible. Anything's possible. We don't know the dynamic. We know that the dynamic in that household was not good at that time. We know that Chris had been coming home every other week since he started that job in Memphis. We know that. But all of a sudden, something happened in January, and we hear of a Department of Children and Family Service inquiry around January 26th. And we hear that
a month to the day. Isn't that convenient?
Chris left the household at the beginning of February and never returned again until
he was working out of town, and then they came to a new phase in the job and he was going to be putting more hours in or something. Like, you know, construction jobs like that have phases where they need to be there and put more hours. Like, there's so many explanations here of why he didn't come home.
He had to come home when Sebastian was missing. Why all of a sudden in February does he start changing his behaviors?
No way.
We also learned.
No way, Arctic. Are you serious? Estefani has been found safe too? Okay, that's the best. 2. Justice, thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Y'all, it's like a celebration today. Estefani has been found, and Troy. That is amazing. Arctic, thank you so much for the wonderful news.
Heard from Miss Bobby that they had arguments out in their driveway frequently.
That's amazing.
Periodically, however you want to say it, for the whole entire year and a half that they've lived there.
What?
I still need corroboration that they were at Danny Guy's house, because I've been working on trying to place Christopher Proudfoot at this home that weekend for 3 months. 3 months. No. I am a well-proven
Motor City. You're fine. I don't think anybody in here thinks you're a troll. You're
researcher, fine. Web sleuth. Work has been broadcasted on Paramount. Okay, I know what I'm doing a little bit. Am I an expert? Is there somebody better than me? You're darn right. There probably are many people better than me. But I have a clue on how to do research. I have a clue on acquiring information.
Oh,
And I can't acquire this information. And nobody's willing to turn it over. We just have to take words for it. This is true crime. We take nobody's word for crap. If it can't be proven and it can't be corroborated, it doesn't exist. It's rumor.
I wanted to make sure you guys all heard this, right? I wanted to make sure everybody heard this and it was here, because she's saying she doesn't do any of this stuff. This is not what she does. Everything has to be vetted, corroborated. She's Justice Equalizer. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Welcome to the cabana, whoever got it. Thank you.
That's how we work. This is the true crime side. This is not the drama side where we just run with any story.
What?
And I'm sorry that Terry Lynn's the one that is kind of, I don't want people going over and saying, Betty's calling you a liar. I'm not calling her a liar. I'm actually saying she needs to produce something, because I know that for a fact, the work that I've put into trying to confirm that Chris was at this house that weekend. And I have been hit by his neighbors that no, he was not. So I would have to, I'm trying to balance this fairly. Are we going to listen to the neighbors with their cameras? Are we going to listen to a gal that may have gotten some bad information? Remember, when I started out, I made a lot of mistakes because I was fed a lot of bad information.
Oh, the shade. Oh, Betty, that's your own excuse. Oh.
And I don't see Danny telling her that these people were at the house. I don't see her and Danny having that type of a connection right now. They might. I don't know. But why would Danny tell her some incriminating information that puts him in the hot seat? I don't know. But if he has been there, if he was there, I need corroboration. And
law enforcement would know already.
And you guys know I'm a vault. So if Terry Lynn can't trust me with the information, then I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'd like to know where she got the information from and who gave it to her. I don't have to reveal sources either, but I have to corroborate information if you want me to put it on my channel and run it as true.
If you believe anything that comes out of Terry Lynn's mouth, run. We've all been concerned about her involvement since jump, her nefarious behavior, her activities, the staging phone calls, recording phone calls, giving them to the ex-wife for child custody hearings. Terry Lynn's been doing the absolute most. Think about everything that's been found. Somehow it connects back to Terry Lynn and these theories that they continue to go out. Why is Terry Lynn the only one finding things magically? Mm-hmm.
And right now I cannot do that because everything that I've got says this man was not in the community. My research is leading me to believe that he left late Sunday night to make it to the community.
No.
But so far, him being there that weekend, I tried for months to place him there that weekend. Literally months.
Yeah, we know.
We called neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
We had people go out there, boots on the ground. I had people corroborating stuff.
She had people stalking the family the entire time. Thank you for admitting it. We knew you had been doing this for months on end. Isn't it sucky that you have to admit your theory failed, but you're still trying to drive something home here?
I had people there sitting in the crowd when this stuff was breaking.
Oh.
They referred back to me and said, oh, this is what happened. This is what happened.
You also had people taking pictures in the church.
There was a lot of stuff going on there in those days after he went missing. And the one thing I never have been able to place, which I've been wanting to place, was Chris Proudfoot being home that weekend. I literally had to remove 2 of my theories because we corroborated that he was not there that weekend. And now all of a sudden, 5 months later, he was there that weekend.
No, he wasn't.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Revival, I had to play this one especially for you because I knew you'd get a kick out of her having to admit that she was wrong. But she's still not really admitting it, but she is in a way.
I don't know what to say. But my research is contradicting, obviously, her research.
Oh, wait.
I don't know what to say.
No.
She has more knowledge of people. She has more, but she's...
Right? Look at her.
I would just like to corroborate it. If it's true, I want to help support her in her efforts. But everything that I found, it's voting in just the opposite direction. And until something substantial comes forward, I'm still going to say Christopher was not there that weekend. I still believe that he did get there, but it was late Sunday. It might have even been early Monday morning, which is what I really, truly believe. I think it was after midnight that he was there. I think
she thinks it was after midnight that he was there. Okay. Still, there's nothing to support that theory either. Nothing factual to support that theory.
Him and Katie's alibis are they were sleeping when they were doing everything but sleeping. Katie does not make me feel warm and fuzzy. She's got a lot of problems. She's demonstrating some very problematic behaviors. And we can all see it. The detached.
How is she displaying problematic behaviors? How so? How so? We haven't seen Katie. How is Katie displaying all these problematic behaviors when nobody's seen Katie?
Attachment issues with Sebastian Rogers. She's very detached from him. She's been very detached from him. We hear about his upbringing. We realize that most likely her wanting to have Sebastian really was not to have Sebastian, but to hurt Seth. That's the kind of woman Katie Proudfoot is demonstrating.
Meanwhile, Seth is the one that lied to you on your own interview that the date meant nothing. He didn't remember the date. But now you're realizing that the date is significant. The date is highly significant, but you're trying to turn and paint a narrative against Katie with the date. No, sorry, ma'am. It's Seth that holds that grudge.
It's nice to see you all this afternoon or this morning. We're not quite afternoon. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Wendy, it's nice to see you. Alex, Saint, Trishy, Faye, it's great to see you. Much of this stuff yet. I heard that he's been doing some really great work, but I haven't had an opportunity to watch him because he's covering kind of the same things that I'm covering and the same information, but nobody's really sent me a whole lot of his clips of, notable information. So the way I work, just for everybody to know, because I'm back here behind the scenes, I'm doing oodles and oodles of research, every day, filling up, I do things old fashioned way, pen and paper, right? And it's just the way, and I do it this way. A lot of people probably don't understand why I'm so old fashioned when it comes to this. It's because when I write it, I remember it better versus typing it. There's something about when you write stuff down and you process it through your brain and put it on a piece of paper that it kind of locks in my brain a little bit better.
I love how all these people 4.5 months later finally got their notebooks out. Okay.
And it reminds me of where things are on here whenever I'm looking for stuff. I may put a little star or a circle or do something to pull it out, and I'll remember. I won't remember much, but I'll remember I did this one thing, so I can just look through the stuff and look for that one thing I did to it. And so I just find it easier for me writing everything out. It's just for memory purposes. And
J-Dub, I'm not sure. Ryan Finds Truth. Isn't that the guy that's been searching for Summer Wells? I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
And acknowledgement purposes, it's a little easier for me in the long run, even though it takes a lot more time.
Right? Kimberly, agree.
What I'm dealing with on these is that I spend so much time researching, and if people, I come here and I have you guys send me stuff in emails, and I can tell you that if there's an hour-long live and you guys don't direct me to the area, I'll be honest with you. I'll thank you for sending it to me, and I'll delete it. I won't lie. And it's because I don't have the time to watch an hour. If you guys have a specific place that you need me to look at, put that time in there. I'll look at it. But if I got to sit there and watch something for an hour, if it's not an interview, I'm not watching it. I won't watch it. So if there's something in there, I notice some people put the link in there, but put the synopsis, like what the reason why they're sending the link is. That's been helpful. But really that marker, if you want me to hear it specifically, I need to have markers there because I don't know. I don't know if you guys know, but I work literally 12 to 14 hours every day and sometimes longer.
12 to 14 hours a day. That's what we're doing.
And that's just with all the work I'm doing now. Can you imagine me having to try to put 10-hour lives that people send to me into that mix? I would literally never sleep. So if there's very specific information in those lives that you want me to hear, you need to direct me to that specific information. If it's just to watch a whole hour and a half, I'm not doing it. I don't have the time.
No.
I wish I did. I literally don't have the time because you guys get to see like an hour from me here, but you don't realize the 7 hours of research to give you an hour live. And the reason why we're able to put so much lives out there is because we're well versed in this case because of all the work we've done on this case. The hours and hours and hours of research, the hours and hours and hours of pillaging over interviews. This one doesn't have to.
The hours and hours and hours and directing my people on the ground to go stalk and harass the family.
We have Katie and Chris, and we have Seth. Katie and Chris were dominating the airspace for a while. They were trying to manipulate and control the narrative going out when they realized.
Katie and Chris were dominating the airwaves. Do you hear that? Katie and Chris were dominating the airwaves. Oh my God, you're reaching, Betty. This is embarrassing, Betty, because they haven't even put what, 1/100th of the effort that Seth has into being on YouTube.
The gig was up, they kind of went silent. They'll come out and poke their ugly head out here and there to try to get vindication, right? Or pity, right? I can't believe that he went to a children's hospital. Cut it out, Chris. I went to a construction site. And you're trying to play on the emotions of me going and recording kids at a hospital. And you know damn well that's not what I was there for. I was there to corroborate your BS statement.
You were there to harass and stalk Chris Proudfoot, the father of a missing child.
And we realized it was exactly that, a BS statement. You and your cohorts intentionally set out a rumor that you were there at 5:15. And you know damn well you were not. And you couldn't stand the fact that I was going out there and finding the information.
But wasn't it Seth's own PI on Web Sleuths that confirmed his alibi?
You're probably a little pissed off that we identified your mom's car, which we did.
Identified his mom's car where? That you were following in traffic the other day?
I can blow that off and say, you know, it's not a scientific fact here, right? Can do that.
Betty is better than the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, everything. Fucking genius.
Then we got Peter Hyatt. We always talked about the 3-hour phone call conversation, right? We talked about the 3-hour phone call conversation. I kept saying there's something with that. It means something. He had to correct us. He had to be transparent with us. He wanted to make sure we knew that law enforcement has already corroborated this phone call. This phone call means something. The way he stated it doesn't sound like many of my beautiful truck drivers and other people that are away from their families. They have lengthier conversations, but this was not customary to them. And you know why it wasn't customary to them? Because he needed to make it crystal clear for transparency purposes.
Oh my God, she's doing the circle fucking talk. Holy shit, Betty, you have got yourself so wrapped up in this theory and you just won't let go of it and realize that you're so far off fucking base. You are going to be so embarrassed in the end of this, I have a feeling.
And nobody would even think anything about a lengthy conversation if it was something that they had regularly. The only reason why he was so concerned about people finding out about that, in my opinion, has to do with the fact that they didn't regularly have these 3-hour phone calls. My people in my chat with their trucker wives and their trucker husbands.
So her people in her chat, because that's not normal for them. It's not normal for Chris and Katie. Have you seen their phone logs? Because I guarantee that LE took their phones, which we know they did, pulled all the data, so they would have corroborated that 3-hour phone call already.
They have those conversations regularly. It's not a one-off.
Oh.
And he also needed everybody, and I stated this multiple times, Katie needed everybody to believe that she was asleep on the couch and needed everybody to believe that she was asleep in the bed. And the problem is those things don't bode well together. So they had to make up a stupid story like, oh, I was studying and I was falling asleep and Chris had to wake me up on the phone with him for 3 hours. I'm reading. Like who listens to dead space for 3 hours? Do you really believe Chris was on the phone just listening to her breathe and study?
They were obviously having a conversation.
How in the world does that ever make sense? And how did anybody believe that? That was one of the first things yeah, okay. I believe that crap, right? That was the first thing out of my mouth when I heard that story.
Of course it is, because you've never had a healthy relationship, in my opinion. So therefore, anything that's normal in relationships, it's got to be completely abnormal for you.
There ain't no way in heck I'm believing that. She's studying, talking.
I mean, who the hell would really want to talk to you on the phone for 3 hours? Really, Betty?
On the phone and sleeping? It doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense, you're like, there's probably something with it, I'd have to say. And I kind of think that there's just something with it. Well, Peter Hyatt actually concur.
Oh.
Where is that? Is it on my phone?
Did he concur?
And I want you guys to hear this.
Peter Hyatt's an embarrassment for professionals, in my opinion. You notice how he's not reviewed anything of Seth? He's purposely staying away from anything with Seth, and his excuse for not reviewing Seth is,
I want you guys.
Seth was the last one to have seen him. He would be reviewing Seth. But because, in his opinion, Seth wasn't the last one to see him, it's not useful. Oh, I think you should review Peter Hyatt. I think you should review his Brittany J stream the other night. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that, but you won't, because you're pushing a single narrative too.
Has to hear this.
So it's 4 levels to
up,
So I found that Peter Hyatt, who is the analyst,
Ooh,
he just put out a new video today, and he's doing a little more analyzing on Smash and Rockers.
She gives like an intro. We don't need an intro on this one. We wait until it starts talking.
He's a behavior analyst or something. I'm not sure his credentials. He's an ex-professional something. He's so tunnel visioned in this case, it's sad. We will get to him in this series too, because he actually had Seth on panel.
Oh, okay.
To us, very crystal clear.
Oh, okay, we're almost there.
Usual way. I have
I'm not going to play the whole.
it was done
Okay, so we're right. Can I just go back?
Hour long.
Okay, she clicked the right part. That's why I want to use hers because I don't want to find it.
YouTube under Peter Hyatt. All you have to do is look him up.
She works so hard, but she's so lazy. Unless it's clipped down to the exact verbiage that she wants, she's not going to go find it. Jesus, buddy.
And you can go watch this video. But I am going to clip this part. So hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much.
This is the major
watching.
part.
and if you have to excuse this, I'm going to change this. It was done.
You know who else has been? Crimson? Reporter Room. Hey, Kimber. Reporter Room has been also.
In a very unusual way.
Halle
I
Belly.
have a clip where stepfather is now talking about what happened. Not her. The one that was home, but him. See if this is audible for you.
It's audible. You don't have to worry about it.
There's actually, I mean, so it makes something very crystal clear. So that when there's transparency. Okay. Did everyone hear crystal clear?
Now you guys know why we focused on crystal clear. Okay. I'm glad to hear a professional is doing it as well. But, you know, some people think that we don't know what we're doing here. And I got to say that I deal with a lot of different behaviors.
Oh,
and a lot of people that tell.
Which personality has that behavior? Excuse me. That's my opinion. I can't stand this bitch. But which personality? We know you deal with a lot of,
lies that
What?
like, oh, Kelly, thank you for being the newest member of this crazy crew we call the Coffee Club. Welcome to the family, my love. Welcome to the family.
Revival. She's coming up next week.
And so we honed in on the crystal clear, and I said every time we hear this crystal clear, it's either it's manipulated, it's a lie, it's some form of a lie. Every time we hear crystal clear or being transparent, yeah, he's going to be transparent because he's got to tell what law enforcement found, and he's got to explain it because he's got a guilty conscience. Not many people go out of their way to explain all these details.
Or he's just detail oriented, and that's what he wants to tell people is the facts of what he knows that he can. Like, he's transparent and has nothing to hide. There could be that too. Chris, I'm gonna say this. Whatever Chris and Katie do, it will never be okay. She will find fault in it because that is, and you've seen it. That's her total mark, and she's gonna make her theories fit.
You guys know me. If somebody challenges me, it's like, go do your own damn research. Like, get out of my hair and get off my channel, right?
Oh, true, Remy.
So
true.
It's like, why is he going out of his way? Because he's in a self-preservation mode. And we've talked about that at length. So crystal clear, being transparent, listen to what now you guys know. Let me just do some research, or not research. I know who Peter Hyatt is, but I want to be very factual on who Peter Hyatt and what his expertise is.
Tell us, Betty.
So let me see here. Do they have like a... Okay, so he's a statements analysis. Let me just read some information. Here's the biography about Peter Hyatt. Peter Hyatt is a statement analysis and instructor who teaches statement analysis and analytical interviewing to law enforcement and corporate America. He has authored investigative training manuals for DHHS, the state of Maine, as well as
I'm telling you, when these women, we've seen what he does when it's fallouts with the males, but when he falls out with BHB and BJ, it's going to be a shit show. I'm telling you.
Book Wise as the Serpent, Gentle as a Dove. He has been interviewed extensively on radios, televisions, and nationally televised programs, Crime Watch Daily, and Taken Too Soon, the Caitlin Markham story documentary. So he is highly educated in this field. He actually teaches in this field of statements. So this is a man that we want to hear. This is a true professional that teaches his profession.
It's an embarrassment because he does it on YouTube and is tunnel visioned. But okay, go on with your bad self.
And what he says is very, very important. And I think everybody needs to listen. and listen clearly, crystal clearly. No pun intended.
Okay, we're not going to watch that though, because we are going to review Peter Hyatt's videos coming up this next week. So I just wanted to show you guys what she's doing, what she's up to. She's pissed because she can't get her little theory, and the neighbors are saying, no, he wasn't home. But then Terry Lynn came up with this theory that he was home playing poker on Thursday, and then it changed to Friday. And now Betty can't confirm any of the shit that Terry Lynn said. So now she's like, I really like Terry Lynn, but I got to be able to corroborate this. And, you know, just the back and forth typical. So we saw MMO, which complete train wreck. We saw the Pascal from April 8th. And now we finished up with Betty. Betty, you know, just is going all over the place because she's just going to make anything fit. So the next place we are going to end up is, well, here's your options. We can do the PI from when Heather joined from the 11th of April. We could throw that in there because it's interesting to see what Heather said on Surviving the Survivors, which was from April 11th. Or we could go and skip that and just continue with Seth. And the next one will be Crime Lines and Lies on April 12th. So you guys can decide on that. That's where we're at. Narc Divers had released on April 9th. They released that call with Chris. The Sweetie Pilo accusations came out on April 9th. That's where we're kind of at. So we are at either reviewing Heather on Surviving the Survivors or Seth on Crime Lines and Lines will be the next one. Next week, we are also going to go back to Reporter Room. Thank you, Kimber. Reporter Room, and then BHB. We've got a few more. And John QQ. I know he almost put us all to sleep, but I laughed so freaking hard. It might have been the edible, though. It really might have been the edible, but that was as serious as this case is. That listening to that guy be so serious. Watch their breathing. Breathe in. And he's like, you can hear him like breathing with him. I was like, oh, hell. Terry Lynn's just a complete freaking train wreck in this case. And she is up to no good, has been from jump. But there's a lot of people that are up to no good in this case. I'm telling you, people are going to get hurt with all the craziness that is going on. It is absolutely hit a point of, this is ridiculous. There is a missing 15-year-old child, and the stuff that is happening out here is dangerous. I worry about Chris and Katie every freaking day. Every day, I worry about them. That family is absolutely being put through hell. And I worry about Sebastian, and I hope Sebastian comes home sooner than later. I hope he's alive and well. It's just, it's too much. It's all too much. Justice Equalizer, thank you once again for that. I really appreciate it. All right, y'all. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. I don't know if, well, you never know. I might be talking to bugs again and pop on, but Kyle and I leave tomorrow and we will be back Monday. So maybe we'll go live one of these nights from the resort we're going to. So taking him away for his birthday tomorrow. His birthday's tomorrow. So kind of excited, a little getaway from the kids. It'll be good to have some downtime. So I'm excited. I know, Revival, right? Hold your breath. Everybody's going to have to hold their breath the entire time. I needed that. I laughed so freaking hard during that, though. I laughed so freaking hard. Yes, Motor City. He is a 15-year-old. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a missing 15-year-old from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Please keep your eyes and ears open. That is something I'm going to try and do. Motor City, I'm going to try to put the flyers and photos and videos of him in a short so I can end it out or start my videos with more factual information about Sebastian. I hate doing that because I hate mixing it in with reviewing these pieces of shit who are exploiting his story. But I want to have a video that at least people can just see his face, can just see videos of him without anything else. So I'll work on that this weekend too. Who would have burnt toast blocked as a name? Oh, and Betty's could be. Thank you, Kimber. I hope you have a great night too. Oh, thank you guys all for the birthday wishes for Kyle. He'll appreciate it. So, all right, you guys, thank you guys once again for joining me. I know I've been a little sporadic all over, but next week, my girls only have 2 weeks before they go back to school. So The next 2 weeks will be a little crazy because we're going to enjoy a little bit of the rest of summer here. And then we will be back in schedule though, because they will be back on schedule. So that means Mama can be back on schedule. So I'm excited. People are like, you guys go back that early? Yeah, we go back really early here because it's the hottest time of the year. So it's better to have kids in the classroom. And then during the winter breaks, we get longer breaks. Crazy. All right, y'all. See you all later. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for all the gifted memberships. Thank you for all the people that stopped in today, hung out with us on this Friday. I hope you guys all have a safe and wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye. Oh, Terry, this was an excellent. These people drive me nuts. But thank you. Thank you all of my mods again, too. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to read Schoolie Moms. Hold on. I used to read Peter Hyatt's blog and talk to him occasionally way back when MySpace was still big. Casey Anthony timeframe. He has become problematic like many YouTubers. Schoolie Mom, that's the sad thing is a lot of these professionals at one point in time were really like highly regarded. And it seems like once they come to YouTube, they just kind of lose focus and they can get into the algorithm better by going with crazy speculation and theories and tunnel vision. And it seems to work better for them. And it's really disappointing because professionals in that capacity, it is so negligent and unethical, in my opinion, to be this. People take them at their word, and it's like crazy. Motor City Dog. Oh, we're also going to go-karts. I'm taking him to Andretti's again so I can beat his ass. Hey, Ava. Bye, Ava. Crimson Mood. Bed crime stories next week. We will do that too. All right, you all. See you guys later. Thanks again. Bye, Mimi of 8. Oh, Lily, thank you for being here. Thank you all. Okay, I'm out. I could sit here and talk to you guys forever. Okay, bye.